Hey, I'm Ross with Sky Management. Welcome back to our channel. Today's project, we have a 20-year-old overhead door that covers a trash bin area, and the motor that drives this thing up and down has burnt out. And according to Overhead Door, they don't make this kind of motor anymore, so they wanted to charge us a lot of money. It was about $3,000 to replace.
Whoa! $3,000? You gotta be kidding!
To replace the motor on this, and so we're going to try to retrofit this with just a residential garage door opener. It's a wall mount unit. We've installed one of these before on our channel, and you can check the link for that right here if you need to know how to install one of these. But this is going to be a retrofit onto a commercial overhead door, so let's see how this turns out. First, we have to remove the old motor that's on here. So before you do anything, you want to turn the electric off. We're lucky enough to have an off switch right here, but you may want to turn the breaker off inside.
Make sure you test it too, so you can go over to your button. Make sure to, test it, make sure it's not working. If you got a voltmeter, certainly use that too.
Then we're going to need to remove this old one, and it's bolted into the wall, and it's attached over here. Looks like there's about 4 anchors into the wall. So we're just going to start tearing this thing apart and get it out of here. I've now disconnected the power lines that were connected right there, and I'm working on removing the anchor screws back there. We may be able to reuse these bolts that are sticking out of the wall when we mount the new one, so hopefully that works out. Okay, I've got it all disconnected, so I'm going to try to remove it and hopefully not fall off the ladder.
Looks like a heavy beast.
Oh, man.
They don't make them like they used to.
Lucky for me, there's a trash bin right there. All right, now let's get the new one. This is the piece that connects between the opener and the door. So I wanted to check this for size. The large end goes on the opener side, and the small end goes on the door piece. So it's the right size. So far, this is coming together like it actually might work.
Okay, we've got that old one out of there. We've got the hole ready and prepped, but this shaft sticks out further than what the new one is. It's meant for a regular garage door, not necessarily a commercial bay like this. So what we've done is we've measured from the back to where the shaft is going to be, and to do that, to modify it, I went ahead and made a little stub out block. This one's 15 inches by 12 inches by 4.5 inches, and it's going to essentially mount up to those existing bolts that are in the brick. And then when we mount this garage door onto this piece here, it will bring that connector piece out to where that meet that shaft so that it can connect directly in there. So to connect that, we've got some angle brackets to angle that into there, and we've got our tools. We got upstairs to get some screws. We're going to be drilling that out and mounting that into there, and that's the next step to get that prepped and ready to rock and roll.
We're using the existing mounting bolts for the old motor to hook these brackets onto, and we have this block of wood to space it out to get the right distance between the wall. So this is going to be our new wall to the axle for the door. It needs to be about 3 inches or so to the axle. The motor is a little bit adjustable. It has about 1 inch of play, but it wasn't going to be able to sit all the way against the brick wall, so we had to add this spacer.
All right, we've got our $500 heavy-duty Chamberlain piece. It's dirty, but mounted in there and coupled into that shaft. Worked perfectly. They say you're only supposed to secure these using one bracket down there, and it just basically hangs on the shaft. And I was really skeptical, but man, it is in there once it's clamped onto that shaft. We may try to put one more bracket in on this side. They got 4 places for them. It only gives you 1 bracket. But that's what we're going to do. And then we got to work on cutting this, and we're going to hardwire it into our electric and work on the buttons and give this dude a test. Okay, we powered it up, and it worked fantastic. It rolled it up. We set the upper stop, and it's got plenty of power, and it's working. So I'm very excited about that. We got it wired up. It won't go down though yet because we don't have the safety photo eyes. And we don't want to put safety eyes on this because it's a commercial garage door. So what are we going to do about that?
Well, we would not recommend doing this on your home or anything, but we're just going to point the eyes at each other and tape them together and then leave them up here in the box so that they're always connected. However, do this at your own risk.
Yeah, we wouldn't recommend this for your house if you're concerned about getting a kid or a cat or a dog or something that's going to run through there. They're there for a reason, but on a commercial application like this, the safety eyes down here, we're going to risk of people kicking them off, breaking them off, tearing them off when they pull out the trash bin. So we're going to bypass that system and just jerry-rig it, so to speak, and throw it up in there. And then we'll be able to set the down limit on this thing, and then we'll work on tying in the button. But so far, I am really excited that this is going to hopefully only cost us about $500 as opposed to the $1,500 it was going to cost us to hire someone to put this exact same system in, or over $3,000 for Overhead Door to bring their OEM equipment out here to do it. And I think that this commercial Chamberlain system is going to work fantastic. Okay, we have to do a second safety bypass. These things are equipped with all kinds of safety bypasses in here. So this is a cable tensioner piece that is not used on this type of door. On your home door, you would have this piece attached. So there's a way to bypass it by flipping this switch up, and it pins this piece open so it doesn't push that button. There's a button underneath there. In order to get this thing to work, this has to be triggered, or else it won't let it come down because it thinks there's a problem. So we bypass that. It's bypass number 2, and we've shoved it up in there. But now it goes up and it goes down, and we've set the limits. Now it's just time to get the button connected.
Okay, we've got it all installed. We just silicone the remote button to the wall for now. We're going to get a waterproof box to put the actual button for the door in. Now keep in mind, these are meant to be mounted inside, so we do have it inside this box, and we have siliconed the box all up so hopefully it keeps it out of the rain. So far I'm pretty happy with it. The last one that was the commercial motor lasted almost 20 years, so we'll see how long this one lasts. But for now, it seems to be working. Call it a win.